My old man's an anthropologist. What do you think about that? He wears an anthropologist collar. He wears an anthropologist hat. He wears an anthropologist raincoat. Wears an anthropologist shoes. And every Saturday evening, he reads the Sunday news. My old man's an engineer. What do you think about that? He wears an engineer's collar. He wears an engineer's hat. He wears an engineer's raincoat. He wears an engineer's shoes. And every Saturday evening, he reads the Sunday news. And someday, if I can, I'm gonna be an engineer, the same as my old man. Boom, boom, boom. Take it, Doc. My old man's drunken sailor. What do y'all think about that? He wears a drunken sailor's collar. He wears a drunken sailor's hat. He wears a drunken sailor's raincoat. Wears a drunken sailor's shoes. And every Saturday evening gets drunk and reads the frickin' news. And someday, if I can, I'm gonna be a frickin' drunken sailor, the same as my old man. And someday, if I can, I'm gonna be an engineer. I'm gonna be a frickin' drunken sailor, the same as my old man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. So what do you think of that little piece? I know you're wondering, how can Ed be so enculturated? Culture, what can I say? Anyway, what am I smoking today but my favorite pipe? This guy here, take a look at that. An hors d'oeuvre, which I have about 9 or 10 of these hors d'oeuvre pipes. Really, really love them. I love the rustification because I like this kind of small, Hors d'oeuvre definitely has some of the best mouthpieces that is just really comfortable. And what else with this? You've heard about it. July billiard madness. Definitely bit off a little bit more than I can. Each month I'm taking a pipe or style, whatever. This is billiards, and I have a lot of them. And normally what I do is, the goal was to smoke in this case, a billiard, at least one every day, and all of them by the end of the month. That's what I've been doing for quite a few months with different stuff. Wow. I didn't realize how many billiards I have. So I knew that it was going to be kind of a little bit difficult. So what I decided to do is I'm going to smoke only billiards, at least until I get through them all. So today is the 19th. I smoke about 3 to 4 billiards a day, or bowls a day. And I'm still not through them yet. Very close. And I have been saving my favorites for last. I'll probably finish them tomorrow or maybe one the next day. And then I'll just smoke one billiard a day, probably the best ones. This one is one of my favorites. So I'm getting into the final stretch. Oh, I'll tell you. Of course, a lot of this has to do with the fact about a few years ago, when I started getting, quote, the hobby of pipe smoking, which was the refurbishing of them, because I wanted to learn that to take care of my dad's pipes, some of my older ones. And I started buying a lot through eBay, a lot of bulk ones, 7, 9, 10 at a time, so that I could practice staining, polishing, sanding, and had fun with that. But a lot of those pipes were just straight billiards. So that's why I have so many. My favorite pipe shape, though, is actually a full bend. And I'll be hitting that at Christmas time, because that might be the same kind of issue. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Almost through it. Had a great time. Smoked some billiards that just been there for a while, because I don't get to them. So this, again, a little experiment, turned out to be great. You know what I mean? A little while back, excuse me, over 20 years ago, I read about a survey was done through senior citizens, asked a bunch of questions, but one of them was, what would you wish you had done more of? And an overwhelming amount of people said, one of the tops of their list, I would watch more sunsets. Interesting. If you could go back, I'd make sure I watch more sunsets. So that kicks me off with Chad Yardism's question number 12, which is define beauty. Looking at sunsets definitely can be considered as beauty. Watching a beautiful sunrise, I wouldn't know about. I'm not a morning person. But of course, I have seen many a beautiful sunrise. When I was in the Navy, oh my gosh, the sunrises in the Pacific Ocean just could be spectacular. And of course, sunsets, the stars, beauteous, beauteous. And we've all heard the term, and people that have answered this question have already hit it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Very true. But I'm going to take it down a little bit further. Beauty comes from your attitude. Sometimes it can help your attitude. Seeing a beautiful sunrise, you might perk you up from a kind of a sad day. Beauty or attitude is just how you are feeling, and it can change because it can, your attitude could be high, low, anywhere in between. My My dad always used to say the most important thing is attitude. And think about that when it comes to beauty. Another small example of mine. It's been a while since I've actually owned a house and planted stuff, had a garden. And then I've been living in apartments or townhomes. Moved into this place a little over a year ago, and I have a garden. I have an area where I have a lot of flowers, and I'm still working on it to kind of fill in all the places I can with different flowers. And with that, my attitude towards nature I've had a change. Before, when I would sit out, at night, smoking a pipe or not, or just whatever, you would get bothered by bees and, kind of bugs around. If I saw a spider, I'd kill it outside. I don't want, well, I did. If they were close to me. But now my attitude with my garden, by doing a lot of flowers, and it's not that big of a space, but it's full and it's going to get better. I started realizing the beauty of bees going in and out of the flowers, butterflies. My attitude has changed. These bugs do not bother me. Spiders having a little nest. It all is something there. I even have a little rabbit that pops up every once in a while around here. Unfortunately, a lot of squirrels are varmints, Now I'm getting some hummingbirds for a couple of the flowers that I have. They love them. And it's amazing to me, the beauty of that kind of stuff. But that's a little, I don't want to say completely new to me, but it is new to me in the sense that I have it now. I sit outside and I, watch the bees, the butterflies, lightning bugs at night. A new appreciation of it. Attitude. So a couple people might see the same sunrise or sunset, and one thinks it's gorgeous, another one thinks it's okay. Attitude. So that is my answer to Chad's question number 12. And of course, question number 13, because 13 is my lucky number. In fact, I was 13 on Friday the 13th. That question's got to be, tell me all the stuff you can think of that would make Armchair happy. Yes. Question number 13. What can I do today to make Ed happy? Hey, if you fall for that, never mind. Anyhow, I hope you like this. Remember to like and subscribe so I know who's out there. And if you don't like, remember, you're not going to get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. And take care out there.